What's going on, friends? I wanted to share a really cool project I've been working on with you today. It is at a stage where it is done with this iteration, and this iteration is usable. Since it is at a stage where you could build it yourself and use it, I wanted to go ahead and make a video about it in case, this fit your use case perfectly and you don't care about developing it any farther. Then this video is for you. Or if you just want to see a cool project, learn a little bit, this is also for you. So, this is the latest iteration in my studio lighting project. It has a Bridgelux Vero SE9 LED. Not that that means anything, but it's a 1700 lumen, 4000 color temperature LED. It just uses a voltage booster that I got from Amazon. You can see them right here on the screeny poo. Those are what I used. It says it only goes up to 35 volts. I thought it was 36, but I was able to crank one up to 36. So it does get pretty toasty, which is why I used a 5-volt fan. It's the same one that you can get for Raspberry Pi cooling. Let's show you that one. 3.35 volts. So it's literally called Pi. Oh, it's unavailable right now. Anyway, though they were like $12 for a pack of 6. Just look up 5-volt Raspberry Pi fan, and that's what I used right here. The booster is directly under the fan, and it's got a couple heat sinks that I stuck on with thermal tape. It uses an XT30, which is kind of a hint to the last part, but it uses an XT30 male connection right here, and I sunk it in to the body a little bit, not enough apparently. It does stick out a couple millimeters. And a switch. This is just a regular 2-position switch with 3 pins on the bottom. Middle one's common, and then the 2 outside are what you switch between. This heatsink I got from DigiKey. It was $7, and this was the second to last one they had. So, and I think it was discontinued. So, which is one of the reasons this isn't my final design, but it is functional, and there are a lot of different heat sinks out there, so you could throw just something else on. And honestly, I think this is pretty oversized for this LED. That is all the components that is in here, except for the battery, which this is really cool. It just uses a standard drone battery, or this is a cadmium, I think. Nickel metal hydrate, used in robots, remote control cars, stuff like that. 7.2 volts. You can actually use any battery that is within the range of that boost converter, 3 to 30 volts. The higher the voltage the battery, the less inefficiency you'll have, but this powers it just fine. I'll show you right now. That's what I made this little clip for. It actually turned out great. I had to solder this XT30 on here. This is the original plug, and for some reason, I don't remember why, but I couldn't find the males for this one. But anyway, it just plugs in like that, and you can use any kind of, any voltage battery between 3 and 30 volts. And this doesn't even have to be attached to that. If you make an extension, you can just stick this in your back pocket and hold this if you're like the lighting guy. But it does fit on right there. And these little tabs I made for gels. You can clip a gel on there. It is a little close to the LED. I had one melt, which was kind of weird because I put on like 4 different ones and none of them seemed to have any problem. And then the blue gel that I put on melted in like, it was literally less than probably 2 seconds. So that LED does get very hot. So it's just got on and off. It doesn't have dimming function right now. Yeah, so dimming will be something included in the next design. It'll also have adjustable color temperature, and it'll also be much brighter than this. And you can see on the back here, as soon as the camera readjusts, the fan is spinning. That's being powered off that 5-volt regulator. It's not a low dropout, so it does generate a little heat. So I had to put a TO220 heatsink on the regulator. But there is a hole in the bottom of this body right here that allows the air to flow out. So air is getting circulated. And it's only a 5-volt fan getting dropped down from 7.2 volts. So it doesn't generate too much heat. So I haven't had any problem yet. I haven't run it for very long, but yeah, that is that design. I will upload the files on Thingiverse. I don't know how useful that will be because the heatsink, it's built around the heatsink, and the heatsink isn't available anymore. But if you can adapt the file to, you know, a different heatsink, it'll still fit the LED. So yeah, I will upload all the files to Thingiverse in case you do want to adapt it to a different heatsink or try to find that one from a different source. I will link the product page for that heatsink from DigiKey in the description as well, so you can at least get a part number or something from it, and dimensions. Like I said, the battery, I got it from a friend, and I'm not going to link it because I had to adapt it anyway. I had to change the connection, and you can use any voltage battery anyway, between 3 and 30 volts. So that's not really important. Oh, almost forgot. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that this was at least interesting. If you would be so kind, please leave me a like. Be sure to be kind to someone today, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces. I'll go ahead and try to link the product. So yeah, I will bleh.